It was, remember, we still don't know as Zimbabweans. The general populace don't know what really happened in 2008 after Tsvangirai's victory. Who engineered the rerun? Who started all the fires that burned Zimbabwe into a war zone? Pachiitwa mabhesi matsva, nyama dzichigovewa nemakabichi achidyiwa, mombe dzichiuraiwa, vanhu vachiita sei. We have got maybe a fresh wave of children that were born out of marape emumabhesi makanga muchiitwa muna 2008. We don't have answers to all that. I still don't know how and who killed Beta Chokururama. I still don't know who killed Kauzani. Yeah, I still don't know who killed Tonderai Ndira. Neither does any Zimbabwean know. So when we bury all those things, anditika vamoti hachifanira kuti zvifukunyurike. Nyaya yekuzvifukunyura haisi yekuti we want revenge. Togoita revenge nevanhu vane power. Say no. Even if we are powerless, we don't need that. We just need closure. Tiri vanhu, we are a cultural people as Zimbabweans. Pakadaro paine kuchema kwakawandisa. Even the nation of Israel payaingonamata Mwari yoga yaiti ikadeura ropa revamwe vayo pasina mhaka, Mwari vaigona kurova nyika iyoyo neshamu yeIsraeri, ichikonzereswa nekuti madzishe kana kuti umambo hwayo hwatadzira Mwari. So we need a national healing process, but the national healing process cannot be started nema perpetrators, because they are always afraid will people really forgive us? Will we move forward? We had heinous crimes committed in South Africa, and after Nelson Mandela came to power in 1994, they had a Truth and Reconciliation Commission in 1996 that had to bring to open whatever crimes were perpetrated during the apartheid regime. And those that came forward to say, this is what we did and this is how we were commanded to do this, they were forgiven and we move forward. Shall we destroy our nation just because we are afraid of the past? We are afraid of the skeletons being brought out of the cupboard. Shall we keep on piling more skeletons into the cupboards just because we are scared of opening them and removing those skeletons that are already there? What if the cupboards becomes filled with those skeletons and they overflow out of the cupboards one day? What's going to happen? It is time to heal Zimbabwe, but there is no way Zimbabwe is going to be healed when we know, just like as Comrade Knox Chivera alluded to, we know that the reason behind all this amendment bill is to protect the ill-gotten loot, to protect the excesses of power, trying to entrench power in one man, such that Zimbabwe cannot even turn left or right, but it is directed by the direction of an individual. Make no mistake, the world has seen a lot of people, a lot of dictators, but they've all perished. Their systems perished. Talking about closer to home, in Africa, we had Idi Amin in Uganda, Mobutu Sese Seko in Zaire. I liked it when Comrade Knox Chivero reminded me of the Badolite, his exquisite mansion that he built. Yangaine gold equipment, gold utensils, everything was gold. Robert Mugabe, the predecessor of Mnangagwa, Jean Bidel Bokassa, Central African Republic, Mengistu Haile Mariam, Ethiopia, Sani Abacha of Nigeria. But you see, what people don't learn is that one day is one day. Yes, tinetafa vamwe seuswa hedu vamwe, we are in the periphery of power. We might not even smell it. We don't mind. All we want is a functional Zimbabwe. We have got the intelligence. We have got the expertise to do our own businesses and work our way up in life, even very far away from politics, if it may be that way. But you find people easily forget that no rulership has exceeded or outlived the power of the people. It's unfortunate kuti vamwe tinoita kuona zvimwe asi ndo zvinotenge zviripo kuti but look here, this extension to 2030 mukaona silence yaiti kana tagwirei, pakamboiti kanoizi tagwirei tungwarara chichi. So I believe kuti ED is playing all these people around. Why? Because he's grooming his own sons to take over Zimbabwe with Sean and Mnangagwa Jr. All in the ministries, the government. Obviously, he is grooming his own boys to take over Zimbabwe. So vamwe vese amaside show anatagwirei. And the fact kuti according to Kazembe Tagwirei was the financier with 27, we don't know to what extent that is true, because muZimbabwe munongoitika zvakawanda zvinongoitwa swept under the carpet. If it is true, then Tagwirei has been wielding the power to control things, but pamupani paakakanganisa, because when they started exposing him to the people akatanga ku misfire rough pamatauriro apa, and then he has been silenced all of a sudden. Tagwirei is nowhere to be seen. I don't know, varimo muZimbabwe Tagwirei ari kubatika here mumasecos umu. Is he still as influential as he was, kana kuti his influence has been watered down? So you find kuti the hangers on are a group of people who are to protect my interests that were obtained legally, but they were obtained illegally, and there is need. If it means that people are going to die, want to let it be. And by the look of things, how Majome was fired, how Fulton Mangwenye has been dismissed, and how several other people have reassigned and shuffled around, it's a clear indication that ED is playing every card possible to ensure that the 2030 agenda is achieved. That's what he's focused on. They are focused on how they are surviving. It's so frustrating and pitiful. Kuti some of us kunotinechita tumamenial jobs, when we know that if you were back home, we would be doing something constructive. You would find that most of the people in Zimbabwe are living below $3 a day, abject poverty. Unemployment is well over 90%. There is no formal employment. The Labor Act has been destroyed because the employers are the same people who are running government. So obviously they wouldn't want to control themselves. They failed to police themselves in more serious issues. So they can't police themselves in terms of giving my employees our adequate salaries, health insurance, medical aid and stuff. They can't do that. Why? Because even the civil servants, the people's servants, they are suffering. They don't have anything. The teachers, the nurses, the doctors, the soldiers, the prison service, the police, everyone